In this video, I want to show you how to replace your passenger side engine mount. This is what it looks like. Let's get started. I'm going to support the engine with a jack. I'm going to put it right there on the transmission, on the aluminum part. Do not put it on the transmission pan or the engine oil pan. Those are not to be jacked up on. As you'll notice, I have a rubber pad which will protect that surface from being damaged by the metal jack. Give it a couple pumps, just enough to release pressure off of the engine mounts. Looking at the engine mount, I want to start by unbolting this bolt that sits right underneath the engine cover. You don't need to remove the engine cover. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. There's plenty of room to work around it. Use a 14mm socket and break it free. Remove it the rest of the way and take it out. Underneath, you'll notice that there are two studs. Both of them have 14mm nuts on them. One's at the front, one's towards the back. We have to remove both of these also. The other one's going to be right behind it. Okay, there's the second one. Now there are 3 bolts on the body itself, one here, one at the top, and one just like this one, but behind it in the back of the engine mount. So with a 14mm socket, remove all 3. It's difficult to see that one in the rear, but if you just sneak your socket right down next to the motor mount, it'll land right on it. And now you can lift it up and right out. Take the new mount, slide it down the same way that the old one came out. Put the studs into this mounting bracket, just like that. I'm going to jack up the engine a little bit more, and that's going to line up this bracket a lot better for me. And I'm going to start the mounting nuts here and this bolt in first, and then I will move it around to line it up on the frame. Start with the bolt. Make sure you start it by hand so that you are sure that it's not cross-threading. This one's going down very smoothly, so I know it's good. And then we'll put the 2 nuts on. Bring this all the way up, and the other one behind it. So I'm going to bring them close as far as I can by hand. I don't want to tighten these yet though, because I still need to move this engine mount around, and I need it to sit in its relaxed position basically, so not under tension, in order for me to properly position it on the frame. Jack up the engine even more, and that's going to allow me to line this up a lot better. Okay, that one's started. Move this around to get this top one lined up. Let the engine down. Last one is the one at the back. All right, with all of them in, let's run them all down and then we'll torque them. The torque for these is 38 foot-pounds. Okay, now let's tighten up the ones on the engine. So jack up the engine so that that plate can make contact. I'll start with the 2 mounting nuts on the bottom. Tighten both of these up all the way. And don't forget about this bolt at the top. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm going to double check these ones on the bottom by hand. That's one. Okay, that's nice and tight. Now if you haven't yet, release pressure off the engine, and that's how you replace the motor mount.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.